All right, let's jump right in. Something really big is changing in the world of AI. It's moving beyond just being code on a screen and into the real physical world. And that's kicking off what you can only call an infrastructure war. The scale of this whole thing is, well, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around.
I mean, just look at this number, $5 trillion. That's the mind-blowing valuation NVIDIA just hit. And listen, this isn't just some headline for investors. It's a huge, flashing neon sign that the entire AI industry is betting the farm on something very, very tangible. And this quote, it absolutely nails it. The fight for the future of AI isn't just about who's got the smartest algorithm anymore. It's about who has the power. We're talking electrical power, computing power, to actually bring these models to life. This is a battle for the physical backbone of intelligence itself.
So, first up, let's talk about that $5 trillion signal. We're going to decode what these massive investments in AI's physical foundation are all about.
You know, what's so telling is that the biggest AI news lately wasn't some flashy new model or a cool chatbot feature. Nope. All the headlines were about concrete, silicon, and supply chains. The game is totally shifted from software to hardware.
And that brings us to what is basically a modern-day gold rush. But here's the thing. The people getting richest aren't just finding the AI gold. They're the ones selling the picks and shovels. Let's take a look at who's making these giant moves. And the sheer size of these bets is just staggering. I mean, look at this. NVIDIA isn't just sitting on its valuation. They're plowing $1 billion into Nokia just to lock down their chip supply chain. Then you've got Amazon Web Services dropping $11 billion on one data center project just for the AI company Anthropic. And Oracle, they're teaming up with NVIDIA to build the biggest AI supercomputer for the U.S. Department of Energy. These are colossal, landscape-changing investments.
And let's be crystal clear, none of this is a coincidence. These aren't isolated moves. This is a deliberate, industry-wide rush. It's a land grab for physical assets, a race to secure dominance before anyone else can.
So, how does all this spending actually create an advantage? Well, it's all about building what people are calling the new moat. And this, right here, is the core idea driving this entire war.
So, for anyone not familiar with the term, a competitive moat is basically a durable advantage a company has that protects it from rivals. Think of it like an actual moat protecting a castle. It could be a powerful brand, a key patent, something that's really hard to copy.
But here's the twist. In AI, that definition is radically changing. A brilliant algorithm? It can be copied. Open source models are getting better every single day. The real, defensible advantage, the thing that's incredibly hard to replicate, is physical. It's the data centers, the exclusive chip contracts, and access to truly insane amounts of energy.
So, what's this new moat actually made of? Well, it's these four things. You need absolutely massive specialized data centers. You need a secure, guaranteed supply of the best chips. You need access to vast power grids just to turn the lights on. And you need ridiculously advanced cooling systems to stop the whole thing from literally melting down. You just can't code this stuff into existence.
Okay, so there's a war being fought over data centers and power grids. But why should you actually care? Let's break down what this means in the real world.
For all of us as everyday users, the upside is pretty great. All this investment means AI services are about to get way faster, way more powerful, and a lot more reliable. You should expect powerful AI to just become a standard feature in pretty much every app you use. Think instant translation on a video call that actually works, or shopping recommendations that are scary good. For businesses, though, this is a full-blown strategic earthquake. That deal between AWS and Anthropic? That's the new playbook. If you don't have a plan to get access to massive scale computing power, you are going to be at a huge disadvantage. The gap between the companies that have this infrastructure and those that don't is about to get a whole lot wider. And for those of us who just find this whole space fascinating, the lesson here is that the AI story is so much bigger now. It's not just about models and data anymore. To really get what's going on, you have to start looking at energy policy, global supply chains, and even geopolitics. The field of play just expanded big time.
So, where does this race go from here? Let's peek around the corner and look at what's next in the infrastructure war.
I think we're going to see three major trends. First, consolidation. This game is just too expensive, so you'll see fewer, bigger players controlling most of the world's compute. Second, the crazy spending isn't going to stop. These multi-billion-dollar checks are the new price of admission. And third, this is absolutely going to become a geopolitical issue.
Countries are going to start treating control over AI infrastructure as a matter of national security.
And all of this leaves us with one giant critical question for the future. As this incredibly powerful foundation gets built, who should control it? Should access to AI compute be treated like a public utility, like water or electricity, something everyone can access? Or is this fierce private competition the best engine for innovation? There is no easy answer, but it's a debate that is going to define the next decade of technology, for sure.